Hey everybody, welcome back. This is episode 2 of Messy Table Talks. I'm Ashlyn.
And I'm Veronica.
And I'm Bria.
Last week on episode 1, we kind of hinted at a little bit about living in survival mode. So this episode, we thought we would talk about why.
Fiend, it's me. I was like this. She was like this.
Act natural.
I know how to act natural. Okay, is she staring at you too?
No.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay, wait. When she talks, what do you do?
Just look random.
So don't look at her.
No, you can look at the camera.
That's awkward. I'd rather not.
You can look at me. That's fine. I just glanced and don't smile at me like you're gonna murder me. We're gonna. Okay. So last week we hit on a little bit of what it was like to be in survival mode as a mom. And so this episode we thought we would go a little bit deeper in who we are beyond mom. So who we are individually, but we also just want to preface we're not taking away from motherhood, because being a mom is sacred, it's beautiful, and it can absolutely 100% be fulfilling. And I think out of all of our roles, the number one important to us is being a mom. So, and then Veronica, you had really great stuff to say about not even who we are as a mom, but
yeah, I think also just our identity in Christ is always going to be the same. That never changes. But I also think that makes it extra harder being a mom, because following Jesus isn't easy. It's hard. We're human, and I think that it takes a lot from us to continue having our identity in Christ, as to even share with our own children, so I mean, you always hear pastors or leaders talk about oh, you don't want to act one way on Sunday, and then you come home and it's crazy, and I'm like,
That's
wait,
so true.
sometimes that happens though, and so I think in motherhood, yeah, there's a lot of sorries, and I mean, that's a whole nother topic, but yeah, I just think
who we are beyond mom.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first?
I'm excited.
Who wants to take this away? Why don't you just take it away in the middle? Go. Okay.
Who are you beyond mom? Honestly, when you guys were saying we're gonna talk about this on this episode, I was kind of scared, because I'm like, who am I beyond mom? For those who don't know and are new, I am postpartum right now. My baby's 4 months, so really thinking about that question, I was kind of like, who am I?
Because you're gonna think of it.
I kind of did lose myself a little bit. And I think the problem too is I keep wanting to go back to how things were. I have Penelope, who's 12, and I have Lincoln, who's 6. So easy, boom, go to the store.
Yeah.
It's just so easy.
And too, when you think about it, you had them in very different seasons of your life. And
That's
so
true.
Penny, you were a teen mom, and so that was you're learning how to parent, and then Lincoln was,
and he also came a lot later than Penn, so
he did.
So there was a good gap. Penny was almost self-sufficient at that point.
100.
But now it's and also I think it's hard because you're in different parenting stages. You're parenting a preteen and at a child, and now you have a baby.
Yeah.
So you're everywhere.
I'm everywhere, guys. So I just, and also I feel postpartum is different. Obviously there's postpartum depression, and then there's just regular postpartum, and then I don't even know anymore. But I just feel with Lincoln, it was different because I did have to go back to work. So that was I still kind of was able to oh, I have freedom in a way.
Yeah.
And then also with Carter now, I don't work. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm with him all the time. And I'm oh yeah, I got this. But then I'm also okay, this is all I am, just a mom. But I'm really not, because I'm also church planting with my husband.
Okay.
And so to go to that question, who are you beyond mom? Yes, I feel I kind of did lose myself, where I'm thinking about who am I beyond mom. But I will say too, beyond mom, I feel I love doing ministry. I love doing events. I love doing decorating and, just doing church stuff. It gives me joy, even though like sometimes it could be hard and stressful. Like that truly gives me joy. And I'm honestly just learning to bring my kids alongside me. Like this is just what we do. And I'm doing that with Carter now. Cause I did that with Young Lives with Penny and Lincoln. Like they just come, and you guys do that. But with a newborn, I'm just like, let's go. Like we're still doing it.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's who I am, I would say.
So who you are besides mom, like you're a church planter, but you also, I think you have a really like great way of building relationships with women, like young women. And so I think, I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Because, not going to name drop any churches or anything, but sometimes like the lead pastors' wives are just like, unapproachable, not at Bible studies, not being like, and for you to be like in it,
I'm sure you guys make me cry.
No, because there's no tissues.
Are you kidding me?
There's no tissues here.
I honestly, you guys are trying to make me cry because I am like, thank you for saying that, because I think that means a lot to me just in this season of life. I feel like I kind of did lose myself, but like I'm going back to that, and like I do want to be that, for other women in the church. Like, someone came up to me last Sunday and she was like, Miss, like, can I just please talk to you for a second? I'm like, absolutely. Like, you don't even have to ask, and like, it just shows me like how you were saying, like in other churches, it is hard to talk to the pastor or to like the wife.
Like there's almost a celebrity status.
Yeah, and it should not, like, girl, I am human too. I might fail you. Okay, guys, like I might mess up, but like there is grace, and I also think there's learning and like accountability, and like I'm not perfect and I never will be, but that's why I need Jesus. That's why I need a savior, and we just are able to point people back to Jesus because we're not full of ourselves,
Yeah. Good job. I love that.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. So, okay, one thing I wanted to hit on though, but like how you said back, so when you had Lincoln though, and you had a job, you kind of felt like you were still somebody because you were like working outside of the home. You were at Starbucks at the time.
Yeah.
So you're at Starbucks, so you had your work, family, friends, but then like you went home, your mom, had newborn Lincoln. But this time around, you're like,
I'm just home, and I tell you guys this all the time. Like, it's cleaning, cooking, and these are like behind the scenes. Like, I don't think people, or I know moms know, but husbands, if you guys are hearing this, or children, like, I don't think they realize, like, in one day, the kitchen gets dirty, not just once. Like, it's dirty, like, after each meal, after, like, a snack, like, so it's like, it's not like you're just cleaning up one. It's like sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna leave it there till then when I'm ready to actually clean it for the night. Then there we go. So it's not causing, but then it's like a mess, So yeah. So I don't know, but that's life. I'm sure more stuff is gonna pop up, but. Yeah, I also feel like who am I besides mom? I do think that I'm also like bubbly,
No. No, like, and you like building those relationships, and I think the position that you're in, and you being like a pastor's wife, but you just being also a friend and open, and like mentor, to women, is really huge, and kudos to you because that's exhausting. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could be available as much like as you are. Because man, just my children alone and my husband, I'm tapped. Don't talk to me. Don't ask me for no advice. Because I'm gonna give you something, you're not gonna like it. No,
you know what? I do think that truly is a gift from God, because many people have told me that, but also like it fills my cup, like going for these meetings, planning a women's event, getting to know someone new, having people over for dinner. Like it is stressful in the moment, but really like it fills my cup and it gives me like purpose in a way too, like, and honestly, it also helps me to clean my house. So come over.
So that's the key point. If you want the house clean,
reels where it's like the husband when the party's starting, like
he's like sweeping the leaves off the roof. blowing stuff out in the driveway. It's like,
that is so good.
We're over here like scrubbing
couches.
Or, like cleaning the baseboards that haven't been cleaned in years.
Yeah.
It's
so real.
That's hilarious.
All right, Bree, who are you?
Oh man.
And let's try to keep this under an hour.
I feel like we need to go in the hat closet because there's different hats.
There's different hats. I think, who am I in this season? I think I can relate to a lot of what you're saying, like coming out of postpartum. My baby's a year old, about to be 2 in May. We just came out of a season of church planting, and so I've had to readjust in a season of like finding, because I once was in that position that she was in, of being well, I kind of still am in a different kind of way. Thanks to everybody, but realizing like I can't, and also like finding rhythms of like to be mom, to be wife, and like to slow down. There are moments of busyness and all the things, but I think who I am.
Titles.
I know, titles.
Who are you now? What brings you joy?
So I obviously
purpose.
And I really find joy in obviously being mom, but I really find joy in being a mother to others, because I work with teen parents, and they don't have stable households, and everyone always asks me like, why do you feel called to this ministry, like to be, you know, a coordinator for teen parents? And I'm like, I wasn't a teen mom, but God just put this burden in my heart, into my life, and I carry it with just honor and you know, humility, I guess. I try to carry it like that, but yeah, I don't feel qualified to do that, but
qualified to be a mom, I could tell you. You're in good company.
Honestly, Brie, I'd love to like chime in. I'm sorry, but I'd love to say like, also you're like the best advocate for like all moms, for your friends. Like I think too, like you just like, I remember when we had a situation, you're like, give me 5 minutes. Like that's all she needed to make things happen. But like you really do have that passion to like help a mother like these girls, and like I don't know, it's just it's beautiful because you just like, you're not just talk, like your action. Like I almost feel like you're more action to the talk, if that makes sense. You know, you know how you hear people are more talk. Brie's action, y'all.
That's good.
Yeah.
So beyond mom to like in your own four walls of your home, like you're mom to others.
Yeah.
It's good. I love that.
I love that. Try to be at least.
And teacher and homeschool.
Homeschooling my kids, and I really have a burden to disciple, not just others but my children. And like we always hear that, and we're like, oh yeah, we're mothers and we are called to disciple our children, but what does discipleship look like really? And that's a topic for sure. That's like a whole nother topic. But God kind of had put that in my heart of like, are you really discipling your children well? And I fail daily, but a lot of times we rely so much on the educational system to teach our children. You know, they ship them off to school, and you know it works for some people. I'm not.
No, don't. Just kidding.
Says the soon-be
teacher. Says the one in education. No, I get that. No,
but like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't. We're just.
This is real.
We're just like in this cycle. Obviously, the schools are, set up in a certain way, but I just felt this burden to disciple my children and like be very attentive to what I'm teaching them, and how we're living as a family. And we fail, but we're constantly trying to reevaluate, like, what are we doing right and what are we doing wrong, and what do we need to say yes to? Because I always say this, I mean, you guys have heard me say it, like, not all good things are good things for you in that season.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so we're learning to say yes, learning to say no.
That's
and
good.
yeah.
Like it. So
Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna ask, like, going off of, because you mentioned obviously like your area coordinator for teen ministry. What's your like hope, or in doing that, what are you like currently hoping for, or like impact on that, or like, because you're called to that, you felt that on your heart,
Yeah.
like, what does that look like? What is the next we're what, February, beginning of February? What's the end of this year look like?
I have lots of dreams, but I think my dream is like for this year, you said?
Yeah, like just for this year.
Thinking 5 years.
Near future.
Near future, I really want to just raise up leaders. I feel very passionate about equipping the church, because I think the church very often is stuck in their four walls, or they're so busy doing other ministry, women's ministry, men's ministry.
But again, in their four walls. Yeah.
So I'm like, how can I advocate, and how can I go and invite the church into what we're already doing? And a lot of times, like, my mentor even says, like, this is not a check-in kind of ministry. You don't get to just show up, serve a meal, and like be on your day. Like, we are truly being as Jesus was, where Jesus, it says, he moved into the neighborhood. Like, we want to do that for these girls. Like, we want to move into their lives, and we want to build a friendship with them. And like, you still have a connection, like, through the church and all the things. Like, we want them to become our friends, just as Jesus is our friend. And then through that, like, our hope is that we can reflect Jesus and bring them closer to him. And so my vision for this next year is really to equip more leaders. Yeah.
And churches.
I love that she said she loves to dream, because I feel like that's another thing. Like, you're a dreamer, girl. Yeah. So I want to so I also want to add your other hats of like your business too, like the businesses you start, or like I don't know, like you love to do stuff like that.
Let me tell you, there's a business model plan.
Yes, like
every week she wants to start something, and we're like, woman,
like all the things.
Calm down.
I feel like we've had to learn to like, okay, we got to like we need to think.
No, I think at first I was kind of like, oh, that's cool, like maybe in a few months, she'd have something. No, literally, it was like next day she had an Instagram running. She had another thing. She had a book like that weekend. I was like, whoa, like she like got her business name.
Do you guys remember when I said she's action? She's action. She's just not gonna.
Your action.
She'll say it's not even talk then action. She'll just mention it, say it, and then boom, it happened.
I can't wait for people to catch up.
Yeah, like she's just.
Yeah,
I love it.
But it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing.
You keep me on my toes for sure. Whenever she's in the group chat, like, guys, I'm like, oh, here we go.
I send the bomb.
Business plan again or something.
That's good. Yeah. But that's so brief.
I think my parents really taught me that. Like, they were business owners, and they always were like, hey, like, you just, and they always advocated for people, like, just because I grew up in ministry. And so, like, when I started business, it's not like when I started business. When I dreamed.
I didn't know you guys knew this, but she had like 20 businesses here. I'm just kidding.
I think that's why me and my husband work well together. Like, we're complete opposites in the sense. But, like, he's a dreamer too. So we can, like, be atomic bombs, sometimes.
Yeah. You know how many move scares we've had in 2025 alone?
Like, we're going here.
Bracing myself for 2026.
Dude, literally.
That's a whole episode too. Where are the floors? Where's the floors family? Where's it now?
What are we doing?
It's a whole episode. It's not mine.
But, like, I think that's why we work well together, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
But it's really for people. Like, we do things like, not to toot our own horn or anything, but, like, other businesses that we've had is
100.
like, oh, we can start this because we have the, you know, the whatever, we can
Yes.
do it, and we have the, you know,
I feel like too, like what you're trying to say is like you have like a mission for that business. It's not just like, oh, we want to make money. Like
No,
you're
there's a
like
purpose.
there's a
There's a
purpose for
purpose.
whatever
Yeah.
it is you're gonna start.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And there's seasons, right? Like
And
I feel like
on the outside, like people are like, oh my gosh, they're doing this or they're doing that, and
I'm on the inside.
Ashley's raising her hand, guys.
And I'm on the inside.
once we're like, actually, we're doing it because of this, and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
But not until you're.
I just like to give you guys crap. I'm that friend.
Yeah, she is. I love
Anyways,
it.
so
It's
that's
the
me.
best. That's
love.
great. I love.
So, who are you?
Who am I?
Beyond mom.
Beyond mom. Okay.
Where do you start?
Where do I start?
Yeah, because you actually
Where do I
have
start?
a lot.
Okay. I feel like I'm like you, actually,
Okay.
because who am I beyond mom? So I am starting to go into education, the educational field. I am a coach, and then I do volunteer with your, the nonprofit. But in that sense, so I'll just take my coaching hat. So myself as a coach, I think that's really easy for me to do because it is like kind of like a motherly role.
Yeah.
In that I want to raise up these girls and the girls that I have been like empowered, like gifted. It is a privilege.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
and I pray over my seasons, and I'm like, this is, and I lift my seasons up to the Lord. I'm like, this is not my program, this is his, and his will be done through it. And so for me, I think I enjoy it so much because I look at these girls like they're my own. Am I gonna cry?
Yeah.
No.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
The crier. But it's wanting to them be the best that they can, and wanting to see them succeed in life, to build these connections with each other, and just getting to play a part in that. Because like high school these days is hard, guys.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
These kids, the most loneliest generation yet, they're the most connected. Like how does that happen, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, I think it just comes so naturally because I'm just like, I just want the best for them. Like absolutely just the best. So it comes naturally for me. And I have, and it can only come from the Lord because not everybody has this gift and ability.
Yeah.
But I just make connections with teens very easily. Like it just is very natural for me. I mean, I don't know if I'm just barely getting into dealing with teens, but I've been around teens for like almost 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
So, but I guess in the classroom setting, like I don't because I've only been in there for like 2 years and be like, oh, this is easy. It's not.
Of course.
But I just think I have a different maybe mindset than other people.
100.
Because I think of them as if they were mine. And I think maybe sometimes people see them as a problem or a trouble or a lost cause, you know?
Yeah.
But really,
and, a lot of teachers are like very compassion fatigue.
Yes.
Just are like survival mode.
Yes.
Yes.
And 100, I think. But, and I think that's where maybe this revolving door of students and that, these teens, it's just the same, nothing changes. I think just making sure that I'm, praying myself up and leaning on my own understanding and really praying like, God, give me the eyes for them that you do.
Yeah.
Like that. Good. Right? Because like I do encounter some troubled children that are just absolutely pains in the butt.
Yeah.
And I just have to remember like they're reaching out.
Yeah.
They're hurting. They need love. These outward just kind of explosions and things are internal things and things that we can't see at home. Which is like, it's heartbreaking and it's sad. And so I think that's why I fit so well in my roles as a coach, as an aide, wanting to be an educator, currently working on my credential for that. So, so beyond a mom, I still feel like I kind of have the mom tendencies in the school setting. Yeah. I will say in the school setting, teens, I'm definitely like more coach friend than mom.
Yeah.
But then there are some times where I gotta be mom.
Yeah.
I gotta, you know what? The mom has coming out. Y'all need to be disciplined and said something. But yeah, beyond my role as a mom, I'm coach and Miss Moya. Yeah. So it's been fulfilling and I love it. And I think it helps me give me better insight and eyes to how I, parent my own children.
Yeah.
And making sure, like you said, like discipling within the walls of like our own home.
Yes.
And making sure that I'm doing everything to not send a teen to us, that lashes out because things are not well at home.
Yeah.
So, did I miss anything?
Yeah. Hello, you're a student.
No, I said I was doing a credentialing program. Okay, yeah.
Right. But
I
like
am.
student life, that's like deep. You're
Young
too
mom,
free because
because you're doing, yeah.
too.
So we are students. So we're always learning. So I guess that we can segue into that, or is beyond mom, or maybe like touching off of like how you said about back when I was just a stay-at-home mom.
Yes.
And not just. Why did I say just? Just a stay-at-home mom. That's bleh. That's hard crap. That's hard crap. When I was stay-at-home mom.
Yeah. I forget that you did, but yeah, you were staying home.
But I was a stay-at-home
and you
mom.
were also like helping Ruben with his business.
So when I decided to stop working for the family business and being a stay-at-home mom, I think that's where I was kind of like, what the heck am I doing? Because I was coaching at the time. I just finished, I think, one season of water polo.
Yeah.
And so I was coaching at the time, but that was, I was home, and the kids were actually in school. So I didn't have any babies at home. I was just at home.
Yeah.
So I was coached. I had already started school for a bachelor's program, but I think that's where I was trying to find myself of like I have this time, hence volunteering and giving time to young lives. But it's like before kids, I was like, wanting to go to a 4-year university, wanted to go pursue a career, wanted to do all this stuff. And then obviously God had other plans.
Right.
And so now I knew for myself, I need to not be something, but I need to do something.
Right.
I knew I had something to give. I knew there was something I was being called to. Yes, mom first, but I think just trying to work towards something that I would be proud of, because I am a go-getter.
Yes.
Like I am like, obviously doing other things.
I'm sorry to interrupt you,
No,
but how often do women feel that, but they don't take action? So that feeling of like, oh,
I want to do more.
Something. I know I could do more.
Yeah.
But like what?
For me, truthfully, I don't think I could have done it without the like support and knowledge of like Ruben, which is my husband. Without him being like, go, because I want to say, I think when Millie was born, or before she was, I did want to go to school.
Yeah.
I think it was after, actually. I did want to go to school. I wanted to do something. Back then, I don't know what it was that I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to go. So I always wanted to go. So I loved school, guys. Like I was that nice.
I love that.
And so I was like, I love straight A's. I was the one that was like going to the teacher, like, Mom, why did I get this wrong? And
put it this way, Ashlyn will say words and I have to look them up sometimes. I'm like, hold on.
They're just like ChatGPT.
What does this mean?
So
I love that.
I think supportive, like having a supportive husband, obviously, but I think the timing is right.
Yeah.
But then also to not waiting for the perfect time. So I think after Millie was born, I think there was a time and it just wasn't right.
Having the mom guilt.
Yeah.
Like, if I do this,
low key, I mean, I still get that sometimes. I still get that sometimes, especially during like certain busy seasons of sports. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I do have that like, I should be home with my kids. But then I think they know what I'm doing. Yes. They come out to the games. I mean, it helps that their sister plays and swim and all that. But they're there and they're part of it. And it's a family thing. And I think they know. And so for me, it's showing up for these girls.
Yeah.
Being a constant, in their lives. So
I think that also goes with like surviving and living,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, like how do I know I'm?
Yeah, because I feel like yeah, the mom guilt, I think that tends to put you in survival mode.
Yeah.
But you said something at the Bible study on Monday that I really loved, and I think that's when you could turn it back to living. And if you remember, as I'm telling you, you could share.
I'm like,
But
girl, that
you
was 2
said-
days ago. Those memories are
you
gone.
were telling one of the women there that her because she was having mom guilt about working, and you told her that you remind your children like, hey, this is my mission, like I'm doing this for the Lord.
Yes,
You
we
know,
go on mission.
we go on
Yeah.
mission, and like I think that also like changes your perspective
Yeah.
of not having mom guilt, but like this is life, like we're
Yeah.
living, like this is
Yeah.
how we're gonna live, and you're showing your kids like,
Yeah.
I'm not just going to work for a paycheck. Like,
Right.
this is my mission field.
Yeah.
Like, this is where I get to make a difference, where I get to share Jesus, where I get to be the light, you know?
Totally. Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah. I think that's
Right.
just, that's how I know that this is, yeah, it's giving me life. Cause there's some, lately too. No. But there's just some days where I'm like, oh, I gotta go on the deck, I gotta coach, you know,
Yeah.
like it's just, off days and stuff happens.
Yeah.
But as soon as I'm on that deck,
Yeah.
as soon as I see those girls in that pool,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's just, then that's how I know I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And it just brings me joy.
Yeah.
And there's a quote that I always think about, and it can relate to swim too, but it says a good coach can like make a difference of a game. This is a great coach can like change a life.
Yeah.
And so that's like what I want to live by. Like, yeah, I want to be a good enough coach to make a difference, like, to have a difference in a game, that's good. But I want to be a great enough coach where I can make a difference in a
That's
life.
beautiful.
So
That's good.
that's
so
me
good.
beyond mom.
Good job.
That's me.
Great. That's great.
I'm also a Disney fanatic, so we'll get into that later. Star Wars, which I got a Star Wars shirt.
Oh my goodness.
Her car used to be Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. Did you say Dark Vader?
I did. What is it called?
Darth Vader.
Oh, God. As
okay.
you guys can tell, I'm not into Star Wars.
I still love you anyway.
I love it. Okay, so how...
Wait. So really, because I said it, but how do you know that you're living and you're not surviving?
I feel like I kind of...
Did you answer that?
Well, you answered.
How do you know you feel like you're living and not surviving?
You want me to answer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I think...
Wait, are we going?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do it again?
Okay, wait. So how do you know that you're living and not surviving? Now that we've heard all that, we heard what you do, like, how do you know?
That is a really good question. I think how I feel like when there's life, I think busyness can suck the life out of me. And so when I'm busy, a lot of times when I'm busy with things, like things have filled my calendar, then I know for a fact I'm not making time for God. And so when I'm not with the Lord in his presence, not just like, yes, reading his word, because that is food, that's sustenance. It's just bread for us, right? And so not just that, but actually sitting in silence, like making space and training like myself to not allow my mind to wander, like that is huge. And so when I'm not doing those things, I start to feel my life.
You feel like you're surviving.
I'm surviving.
Yeah.
I feel like the life's being sucked out of me.
100.
And then out of that, the outflow to my husband, to my kids, like
not good.
It's not good.
Sludge.
It's
sewer.
It's crap. And so that's how. And so just when my attitude's wrong, when my thoughts, like that's the biggest thing I think the enemy attacks me in is like, overthinking or trying to overcompensate for like in my work or like trying to like the need for approval from, friends or husband or children or just work. Like I try to like do everything out of my own strength. And when I get to that, my mentors usually reel me back in. But I start to feel like, okay, I'm not truly living when I'm exhausted and not. Yeah, we could have a whole topic on this, but like rhythms and when I don't have rhythms, like, yeah. So.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
And you touched on it, huh?
Yeah.
Because it brings you joy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
maybe that.
yeah, for me, like ministry, that stuff brings me joy. And I think when I'm surviving, you said it perfectly. You're like scavenging, like,
Yeah.
you're like, it's hectic and it's, you're arguing with the kids, like
Right.
you and your husband are arguing and you're like late and it's just it just goes on. And I think, yeah, that definitely is like surviving, like I'm like literally surviving the day.
Mhm.
But when I'm living, I think it's like you're like I remember too at MOPS, this lady, because I'm always late to things, and like she's
Really?
yeah. She had
Yeah.
said, she's like, you know what? When you're already late somewhere, she's like, just own it. Like you're late. Why are you gonna risk getting in a car crash or whatever, And I feel like even in those moments when you are surviving, you could switch it, be like, you know what? I'm already late. Like I'm just gonna get there safe, put worship music on and like get there, and I feel like that's living. Like, and I'm not like driving like a psychopath,
Right.
Sorry guys. If you see me out there.
She's most likely late, so get out of her way.
But I do feel like you could change your day from surviving to living, like you said, to like opening up your word and truly just being in silence with God on a passage and like not being so rushed. I think rush is like survival mode, right?
But I think it ties in really great to what you said at the beginning of this, is that our identity in Christ and knowing who we are and what that looks like gives us that peace. It's like, you're right. Like, I don't have to have it all together. I don't have to be the perfect coach. I don't have to be the perfect coordinator. I don't have to be perfect because he is. And he equips us for these things that he's called us to.
I think too, like God he doesn't care about the things that we do. He cares about our inner life.
Yes,
like
the heart.
What is our inner world?
Or the heart that we do it from. Right? Dang, that's a whole other podcast.
I know.
Let's take a note. Let's take notes here.
What does our inner world look like?
Yeah.
Tangents.
Yeah.
What's a good wrap up for us?
So good.
Where you got something cooking over there? She usually does. And not a business plan, I hope. She got business plans. She got business plans.
Oh, I just want to say one more thing. Sorry, guys. I also think that, sometimes it is a lot. Like when we're in that survival mode, I think that's...
We're also podcasters.
Yeah.
Who told us to do this? Just kidding. Okay, sorry, go on.
Sorry.
Yes.
But yeah, I think when we're in that survival mode, I think sometimes that's like an indicator for us to realize like we need Jesus. Like we need to pause and like come back to him, like, kind of like when people say like, oh, God's not going to give you something you can't handle. Like that is a lie, taking scripture out of context. God will God will very much give you stuff that you can't handle. Homeschool, young lives, coordinator, like all the things, the coaching, the podcast, like motherhood. Like, I think the Lord will definitely give us things that we can't handle, but that should be our indicator to like come to him because we need him. We can't get through any of this without him.
Well, I mean, we could, but we would be nasty.
We would be ugly.
It would not look good.
Own strength.
Our own strength, our own knowledge. Oh my God.
It would
I don't even want to think about it.
Okay, so I have a question.
What? Okay. Tell us.
So to wrap up,
yes.
What if we just kind of breeze through like 1 to 2 minutes each of us, and give our listeners something that maybe you do to realign yourself with Jesus. So like getting yourself, when you feel like you're slipping into survival mode, like what do you do? What do you say to yourself to get yourself back into really thriving and living with Jesus?
Kind of like regulating yourself.
Yeah, regulating yourself.
Can I cut the person off?
No,
I'm just kidding.
I'm
just kidding.
Not.
I know. Okay.
Relatable though. Don't block people.
Don't block people. I mean, you can, because you can unblock. No. This is real, guys. This is real. All right. So, do you have yours already? Do you want to start?
Sure.
Okay, you start, because maybe you'll give me ideas. No. I already know. I already do.
I think for me, I just started this because, and I'm not perfect at it, but this is a whole tangent, but
you said 1 to 2 minutes. I just want you to know.
That's fine. So I really am trying to keep myself disciplined because I do things and then like I'm not consistent with them. And so I really admire people when they're like, I get up before my kids and I drink coffee.
Ashlyn. Her
Instagram stories, man, they inspire me.
Low key, they inspire
right?
me too.
I'm like, let me.
Okay, I'm glad that my valley of the shadow of death is giving you guys inspiration right now. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Anyways, go on. So,
Okay,
so being consistent
being consistent, and so I really admire when people wake up and they have their coffee and their devotionals, and I'm like, man, if I can only do that. My kids are little. I got 4 kids, and
they wake up crazy times.
My kids don't sleep.
Oh my gosh.
It's a whole nother ballgame.
Pray for her.
Anyways, pray for me. Yeah. But so I'm like, what can I do? Because I really want to dive into God's word. I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
I need to make time, obviously. But anyway, so I got a devotional. It's Everyday Gospel, I think, by Paul Tripp. Great devotional, by the way. Anyway, so it's like a daily devo, and it's super quick, but it's super deep. But it's just what I need to be consistent, and I do it either in the morning or at nighttime.
That's awesome.
So that helps me. The other thing is really like praying in my car. That's like my prayer room. Because
You're always in your car.
I'm always.
She's always in your car.
She is.
Yeah, no.
Everything. My second house, all the things.
Yeah.
But really praying, and I have a worship set, and honestly I've pulled over multiple times, and I just sat in my car and I'm like, I need 10 minutes. I put a timer on and I just worship, and there's something about like making my body still and in his presence, because we may not have the words, we may not have like
the scripture in mind,
but his presence does. It just does.
That's awesome.
That's where I've been right now as we're recording this episode. When I'm feeling in survival, I'm trying to think, like, because the getting up early and coffee, like Bible stuff, like that starts off really good. And then when I'm in survival, it goes to the wayside because I start to become like robotic, and I'm just like waking up 30 minutes before I need to get ready, and I'm just like scrolling on my phone. And because when you're in survival mode, I feel like I go on high functioning like depression. Right. And so
I'm gonna control this situation.
So I'm like, I can see myself sometimes being like a high functioning like in a depression person. Something.
I don't know, but if you made that up, it sounds great.
I did not make it up. I promise you, I'm not that smart.
Great.
But like a high functioning depression mode, like you're going through the actions, but you're feeling like nothing. Like and that's when I know like this is not good.
Yeah.
So typically for me, it's to realign myself is I know this is gonna sound so stupid, and I'm telling you though that this is a real thing.
Yeah.
Is it starts? I have to have a clean space.
That's good.
Typically when I get in the survival mode, my house is a mess, my room is a mess, kitchen is just in a disarray. Like it's not. I have to be in a clear headspace. I have to take care of like my environment, and then I feel like okay. And I think sometimes that can be the overwhelming part. But then once I start like that I think that's step one for me. If I get to that point of like I am just surviving, like I don't even have time for my home.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's as I'm doing that, I put on worship music in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm praying while I'm cleaning.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, sometimes it's the kids and the husband that can, trigger.
Yeah.
It's the shoes everywhere. It's the sticky counters. It's the trash. It's all that stuff. And so I clean my home. I put worship music on, and I just start saying thank you. Thank you that I have children that are healthy, that can like run around, make a mess. Thank you for my husband that works so hard so I can be here at 12:30 in the middle of a day cleaning my house.
It's good.
So I think for me, when I am in a survival mode and I feel myself getting into that like depressed state, starts with my home, starts with worship music, and it starts with just being thankful. Like, like just as I'm going, I'm like blessing my home, blessing my kids, blessing my. I'm actively changing my mindset to not be like, oh, woe is me, despair, survival, you know, all the things. That's where I start.
That's good.
And then I get that refresh, and then the next morning I'm like back in my word, and I'm consistently in it. But I think that's typically what I do.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
I think it's my turn, huh? Okay. I think for me, it's really simple. Like for me, I feel like
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Pastor's wife.
Everything you guys are saying, I'm like, okay, that's a lot. That's adding more to my plate.
So clean my house and say blessings.
But you know, I do get in those like there's moments where I'm like, this is a lot. Like if you guys are watching us on YouTube, you can see my eyes right now, and I'm just like, this is a lot.
We've gotten the voice memos.
Yeah. I'm like, what is happening? And I think
the long 5 minutes.
No, literally. Yeah. And I just feel like my thing, or like let's say something happens, like in the family. Like I feel like when I'm in survival mode, it's like something huge. Something happens in the family, the whole house is chaotic, dirty, or I don't know, something happened in the church. Yeah, like whatever it is, like, and it's frustrating. I feel like my go-to is like literally wherever I'm at, like I just have to stop. And you guys know this when I pray, let's take 2 deep breaths and I just have to take like 2 good deep breaths and I just pray. And sometimes, like you were saying, my prayer is literally a word, and it's always, Lord, just please give me peace in my heart. Lord, please give me peace. And I could instantly feel like his supernatural, like just love, like just fall on me, you know, and just be like, Lord, just give me peace in my heart. Like sometimes that's all I have the strength to say, you know? Yeah. And I just feel like that's my go-to with the Lord, and it helps regulate me. Sometimes too, like when I'm about to go, like sometimes I get really frustrated with the kids and I could just yell at them, but instead I'll just be like, okay, I'm not going to yell, and I need to just, God, please help me like manage myself, give me peace in my heart, and then take a couple deep breaths, and then I'm able to approach the situation differently. You know, I'm able to approach the house differently. My husband,
like, you too much. Like, I'm over here cleaning my whole house.
What's happening here? Sitting in my car for 10 days, waiting for the kind of glory.
But that,
I think that's
that's just so real for me. Like I just have to take a moment.
The power of like
peace.
One word.
Yeah, like I just
prayer.
Because sometimes it's too much, guys. It's a lot.
Okay, but I think I love that because each of us has something different, right? It's not cookie cutter.
It's relatable.
Oh, I opened my word.
Different people.
I don't got time for
I'm sorry.
My kids yelling at me.
Open the word. Okay, I'm not saying that doesn't work, but it does. But for me, it could. If it does for you, like that's great. Well, shoot, hers just give me peace. I would be raging. I could not. Like next time I'm in a deep pit of despair, I'm just gonna like, okay, let me do what Veronica does, and I don't have to clean my house.
Can you please try it?
Okay.
No, I feel like that's the first. Yeah. And then you know what this? Do you want to know the second?
What? Yes, please.
Okay, the second that it is.
Guys, go on.
This is not X-rated, guys.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so that's the first. Okay. And then my second that really helps me, and some ladies at the church know this, I get a paper and pen and I start writing everything that's in my brain that I have to do. Sometimes I have to even just write, make sure you get toothpaste at the store, do your bed, do a brain dump. Yes, and I just put everything on a piece of paper. After I do my little Jesus give me peace, that's my go-to second. Clean the kitchen. Pick up the shovel that's been outside for 3 weeks that I've been
ignoring. I smell it there.
Yeah, no, literally.
I'm just kidding.
But like those are the things that my mind gets so filled up, and I'm just like, now I'm losing it, you know?
Because your brain, well, this is a whole nother tangent. But
God, man, I hope you guys are ready for 100 episodes.
You guys, that was supposed to be 2 minutes.
I know.
There's a scientific whole method to the madness. Like there's a book called Getting Things Done, and I had to take this training for Young Life, but anyways, there's a whole like scientific thing in your brain, which I don't even know the whole scientific term, but like your brain does not shut down. It is a 24/7.
Your brain's active. It's always going.
Active.
Yeah.
And so if you don't like do those things, like if you say, okay, I need toothpaste, your brain will constantly remind you.
You're gonna dream of toothpaste.
Yes, it's overworked.
Yeah.
So if you don't get it down, like
I need toothpaste, guys. If anyone was wondering,
I'm probably gonna need like a whole poster board paper for my brain to if I do that.
No,
oh my god,
it helps though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
You be doing filing cabinets and
Let's not open that. Let's not open that.
hundreds of filing.
Let's not open that door. That's another episode.
Anyways,
we'll see what we pick next for the next episode.
Yeah.
But this was
so
good.
many.
Yeah.
So
thank you for joining us.
Yes.
With our tangents, we hope this can be an encouragement to you. And yeah, we're just excited that you joined us at the table, and we are hopeful for what's to come.
Yeah.
So see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.